Hello, welcome to another edition of Crop Life Retail Week. I'm Eric Sfiligoj, editor of Crop Life and Crop Life Iron magazines, here again, as always, with my good friend Lara Sowinski. Laura, how you doing?
And thank you. How are you?
Uh, Good. I know that based on my view of your windows outside, looks like a nice day there in Texas, and it's also a nice sunny, warm day here in Ohio. So we're both sharing some very good weather.
Yeah, well, then let's make this super short so we can get outside. 5 or 10 minutes of sunshine.
I am all for that. Well, ma'am, hey, just listen. I wanted to share with our viewers. This past week, I actually spent a little bit of time in Columbia, Missouri. My friends at MFA, of course, everybody who knows the Crop Life 100 and big ag retailers in the Midwest knows who MFA is. And my friend Steve Fairchild invited me to a demonstration of the See and Spray Ultimate system that they have installed on one of their John Deere sprayers. So
Cool.
here is a short, and I mean very short clip of the sprayer running through the field. I apologize, I didn't have my stand with me, so I couldn't keep the camera that steady. So it's a short clip, but it'll show you the sprayer going into the field and putting down a blue dye to indicate where See and Spray was spotting weeds and applying accordingly. So here is that clip. So that was a short clip of the John Deere sprayer with See and Spray going through a cornfield and then a soybean field. It was a little hard to tell, Laura, again, they were putting down a blue dye on the weeds, but you might imagine that the burn down was pretty thorough. So these fields were not that weedy. So in the cornfield, it was very hard to see where the blue dye had actually been applied, but there was in the soybean field one clump of grass, and it was dyed pretty blue. And I got a still photo of that, which I will share with either our online or in print readers in the next couple of weeks here. But again, it was a great demonstration. And of course, my thanks to everyone at John Deere and MFA for the invite. I certainly appreciated it.
That's great.
Yep. Love that technology. So, hey, so that's the good news. Hopefully you have some to share too. I know you said before we came on the air, you had a little bit of update on transportation and logistics, some of our favorite topics. So give me some good news, Laura, please.
Okay, well, I'll put a good spin on it, and there is one. We'll have to see how it pans out. You've mentioned in prior weeks here the Black Sea Grain Initiative. This week and even last week, Turkey, Russia, Ukraine, and the UN have been meeting to see if they can resolve differences about Russia wanting certain demands. It was supposed to expire on May 18th.
Right.
Russia hasn't been agreeable to extend it until they get certain demands met, which seemed like a long shot given the demands they were asking for. However, the Turkish representative said this week that he felt positive about the nature of the talks, and so hopefully there's something that can be worked out, which really we're all hoping for. The latest stats from the UN, exports of Ukrainian grain in April were down 29%. And actually, they've been consistently pretty much falling in recent months, so that's not good. And then as of May 9th, Reuters is reporting that 62 ships are waiting in Turkish waters for the green light, if you will, to get in there to load up the grain and get it moved on out. So really hoping that, the May 18th deadline doesn't bring everything to an absolute halt, and that maybe we can see some movement, which would be great. One more stat: last year, Ukraine supplied more more than half of the World Food Program's global wheat grain procurement, as was the case in 2021 as well. The single largest recipient under the grain deal is China by far, with
Okay.
some 30% of all grain exported from Ukraine, followed by Spain. So we'll keep our eyes on this, but at least we were encouraged to hear that the Turkish folks think things are moving in the right direction.
Well, our fingers are crossed, of course, and
No.
I know that we'll be recording our video next week, probably in and around May 18th. So maybe we'll know something more definitive and be able to share with our viewers what the latest is. So, but on that one, stay tuned. So,
Yep, absolutely.
all right. Well, speaking of moving stuff around, logistics, transportation, and such, actually, our good friends at the Mid-America Crop Life Association, MACA, are actually getting ready to hold on June 6th and 7th a special session called Product Supply Challenges, looking at transportation and logistics. And like I said, that'll take place on June 6th and 7th in Des Moines, Iowa. There's going to be a tour of Helena Industries plant as a part of that, but they're going to have speakers from many companies we know in ag, of course, Corteva and Nutrien and Albaugh. But they're also going to have on board a couple of speakers from places like Walmart and people talking about rail transportation as well. So if you are interested in attending this, you can visit the MACA website, maca.org, and find information about it. Like I said, coming up here June 6th and 7th in Des Moines, Iowa, one of our favorite cities. And of course, that gives us a great segue to talk about something we have going on in Des Moines coming up in July.
Indeed. We are super excited. And honestly, we, myself and our colleague Eric Davis, we traveled to Des Moines last summer to meet some of the folks that we would be working with this year for Tech Hub Live, which again, Tech Hub Live in Des Moines this year, or July 24th through the 26th, Monday through Wednesday. And what a great town. It was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed the proximity, the convention center right there with hotel close to downtown, close to places to visit, nice little skate park. So it was great. So certainly excited to get back there. Tech Hub Live, wanted to mention to our viewers that we have the schedule. We have the panel titles and descriptions up on the website, techhublive.com/schedule. We have, similar to last year, quite a range of topics that we'll be discussing. We are finalizing speakers this week and next, and we'll have some speaker names up there, as well as we expect to have our keynote finalized as well. I wanted to make sure that our viewers know to swing by the website, check out our agenda. Also, don't forget about Women in Ag Tech. Our first in-person meeting will be on that Monday, July 24th in Des Moines in the afternoon, 2 to 5 p.m. or 5:15 if we want to have an extra glass of wine and chat. And then the kickoff party for Tech Hub Live starts that evening, Monday the 24th at 5:30. So by all means, check out the agenda. We're updating the website with details for the panels and everything we have going on. You and I are going to be doing fireside chats again this year, which were great. We have the tech talks, we have roundtables, so lots to offer.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to. I know the fireside chats. I know last year I was I think I did 9 of them, maybe 10.
Oh.
I can't remember the exact number, but I thoroughly enjoyed everyone I talked to, and I thought they all shared some really great information. And in the coming weeks here between now and Tech Hub, of course, we will ask our videographer to dig up some of the videos that we had made while we were putting those together last year, and we can share those with our viewers and let them know that there'll be more to come after this year's event. So yes, like Laura said, check out the website for yourself, check out the schedule, and if it all sounds interesting, which I'm sure it will, please join us in Des Moines in July. We'll look forward to seeing you there.
What I really liked about the fireside chats, honestly, is the booth that we were in, and similar this year, we'll have a really casual format, the little ottomans in the booth, so folks walking by could, kind of drop in real quickly and listen to who we're speaking with, and or just stand in the back and carry on. But it's great. I love the format, the directors' chairs. It was casual and, like you said, lots of great things to talk about.
Yeah, and although, well, you did mention the casual, I suppose I'll need to mention that for myself, last year, you'll notice in some of the videos, if we run them from last year, I was wearing a suit and tie, but that was because while I was doing most of the tech talks on first house was standing on stage. So I was always taught if you were a speaker, you dress up. A lot of people were just wearing coat, but I actually full wedding on a garb. So again, this year, even if I'm dressed in a suit and tie, I'm still approachable. Come up and say hi and don't feel intimidated. It's just because I want to look good on stage. That's all.
You can just rip off that tie real quick, flop down on the director's chair.
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember the name of the restaurant. There was like a restaurant years ago. I heard about the fact that if you went in their restaurant with a tie, they would cut your tie off and then hang it from the ceiling. And
which one that is?
Yeah, I can't remember which restaurant that was, but I was always very self-conscious about where after hearing that story, just in case I walked into the wrong restaurant, because I don't have that many ties, but the ones I do have, I really like. I would not want to lose one of them. So,
all good.
Now good. All right, Miss Laura. Well, let us finish this on a strong note. Time for your favorite segment. It's time for Fun with Numbers.
Hey.
All right, ma'am. I got to tell you, when I was putting this one together and I was reading it over, I'm like, one pretty tough. So,
okay.
I'm hoping that you can get this one because I'm afraid I may trick you again, but I'm hoping not. I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
All right. What
so
do you
this
got?
week, your number is 18%.
Okay.
All right. So is 18% A, the projected decline in net cash income for growers in 2023? Is it B, the expected increase in seed costs for 2023? Is it C, the uptick in Iowa farmland value for April 2023? Or is it D, the approximate amount of sleep my dog allowed me after returning from my most recent trip?
No, because it would be much higher or much lower percent.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was only gone overnight for this trip, and I've been gone longer trips, but for some reason, me just being gone for a single night, she was more excited than when I'm gone for a week, maybe because she got used to the fact I was never coming back because dogs live in the eternal now. Gone a week, but one day she had enough memory to think, oh yeah, he'll be back any minute. And the minute showed up, and yes, she wanted me to pet her all night long. So
I love dogs.
She's such a sweetie.
I know. Right. What? Sheesh. To me, these all seem like they could be viable answers, but I'm going to go with A.
Yay! You got it, ma'am. Correct. Yeah,
Wow.
not that it's a good thing, but
what you're guessing, huh?
yeah, I was saying not that it was good news, it was positive, but this was from a USDA report where they were talking about their projections for net net cash income for farmers here in 2023. Remember in 2022, farmers had a really good year, $162.7 billion in net income. They're expecting that to fall by $30.5 billion, which is about 18.2%.
Yep.
And unfortunately, they're saying, higher input costs, higher transportation costs. There's still some issues with fuel and diesel. That's all cutting into profits, of course. It was interesting, too. The USDA report had a map in the country where the biggest declines are expected to occur. I was surprised to see that the New England state, New York, and also upper Midwest, Wisconsin and Michigan, were expected to have the largest declines year over year, about 30%. Florida also was going to expect it to be off about 24%. So I know, back in the day, citrus greening was a big deal and apparently is still causing problems in the state of Florida. It looks like performing the best would be like states like Louisiana and Arkansas. It looks like their projected declines in a net farm income are only going to be about 9% this year. So again, and folks, if you're interested, check out the USDA website. You should be able to find that information for yourself. But yeah, fingers crossed that maybe things will be better than expected. Right now, looking like 18% decline. So good job getting the question and answer correct. I am very proud of you, man. Nice job.
Great. I'm feeling good. This has been a couple weeks now, right?
I was going to say, get you back on the winning track. So maybe you'll be starting a new trend moving forward. So
exactly.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this edition of Crop Life Retail Week. I'm Eric Sfiligoj. On behalf of myself and everyone here, we'll see you again soon. If you have questions or comments about today's episode of Retail Week, contact us by email or Twitter, or type your message in the comment section below. Your feedback is important to us. We will try our best to address your thoughts in next week's episode, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.